Welcome to Heartfelt Life Diaries, where we explore the deepest lessons hidden within the simplest stories of our everyday existence. Meet Finley, a small, vibrant goldfish living within the safe, transparent curved walls of a pristine glass bowl every single day. Every morning, giant fingers would sprinkle delicious flakes from above, ensuring his belly was full without him ever lifting a fin. But safety came with a heavy price, as Finley swam the same small circle 1,000 times, feeling trapped and bored. He gazed at the paintings of the ocean on the wall, imagining currents that could carry him to distant, unknown lands. "I wish I could leave this tiny prison," he whispered to the bubbles, yearning for the dangerous beauty of true freedom. One day, the human looked at the bowl with a sigh, realizing the small creature had outgrown its tiny glass home. A net descended, scooping Finley up from his familiar water, placing him into a plastic bag filled with the unknown ahead. The world moved rapidly past him as he was carried inside a car, the vibrations shaking his very small, fragile body. They arrived at a wooden dock where the smell of salt and the sound of crashing waves filled the air intensely. The bag was untied, and slowly, the water from the bag mixed with the vast, cool, and salty water of reality. With a gentle tilt, Finley slid out, his fins tasting the open current for the very first time in his life. The ocean was massive, dark, and overwhelming, stretching out in every direction with no glass walls to stop his trembling movement. He darted forward, amazed that he could swim straight for minutes without having to turn back around in a tight circle. Coral reefs dazzled below him, filled with creatures he had never seen, a vibrant explosion of life, color, and constant motion. "This is what I dreamed of," he thought, feeling the powerful surge of the tide pushing him effortlessly through the water. Hours passed in a blur of exploration, but as the sun began to set, a familiar sensation returned to his stomach. Finley swam to the surface and waited, looking up for the giant fingers to sprinkle the flakes he was used to. But the sky remained empty, and the water remained clear, with no food falling from the heavens to satisfy his hunger. He waited longer, confusion turning into anxiety, as he realized the schedule he relied on did not exist in this place. In the glass bowl, food was a guarantee, but here in the wild ocean, food was something you had to find. He saw a small shrimp and tried to wait for it to float into his mouth, but it quickly swam away. "Why is nothing easy here?" he cried out, his stomach rumbling louder as the cold darkness of the night approached him. Suddenly, a large shadow loomed over him, not a benevolent owner, but a predator looking for an easy, slow-moving snack. Finley froze in terror before instinct kicked in, forcing him to swim faster than he ever had in his entire life. He squeezed into a tiny crevice within the sharp coral, his heart pounding against his ribs as the predator passed by. Trembling in the dark, he realized that the glass walls had not just trapped him, they had also protected him completely. Morning light filtered down, but Finley was weak, understanding that freedom meant he was now responsible for his own survival today. He watched other fish, noticing they did not wait. They chased, they nibbled, and they constantly moved to stay alive here. Finley left his hiding spot, eyes scanning not for a hand above, but for small algae and larvae in the rocks. He spotted a worm, and instead of waiting, he lunged forward, capturing his first meal through his own effort and skill. The food tasted different, perhaps less sweet than the flakes, but the satisfaction of earning it made it taste like victory. Days turned into weeks, and Finley grew leaner but stronger. His fins tattered, but powerful enough to navigate the strong currents. There were no naps in the open, for danger lurked behind every beautiful rock, demanding his constant and unwavering attention always. A storm churned the waters, tossing him violently, a challenge he never faced in the stagnant safety of his old bowl. He fought the turbulence, realizing that the struggle was sharpening his spirit, making him truly alive in ways he never knew. He remembered the bowl with a strange fondness, acknowledging it was a nursery, but this ocean was a school for life. He understood now that freedom is not merely the absence of walls, but the presence of heavy responsibility and constant risk. To be free is to be vulnerable, to starve if you are lazy, and to perish if you are not aware. Finley was no longer just a pet. He was a survivor, a creature of the wild, who had claimed his destiny. If offered the bowl again, he knew he would refuse, for the sweet taste of earned survival outweighed the safe captivity. Many of us dream of leaving our comfort zones, unaware that the world outside demands we grow up and take charge. True liberty is not about doing whatever you want. It is about having the strength to shoulder the consequences of choice. Finley swims into the deep blue horizon, a tiny speck in the infinite ocean, finally at peace with the wild world. Thank you for watching Heartfelt Life Diaries. Embrace your challenges today. Subscribe for more stories that touch the soul.